What is the adab of women when they go for ziyarah, visiting the graves of the righteous? They shouldn't go at night. They should avoid any displays of emotion. Discreet tears are, of course, legitimate, but the kind of things that you sometimes see, wailing, rubbing the tomb, tearing of garments, donation of money to the tomb when it's not entirely clear what will be done with it, the writing of letters to the saint and putting them in a little letterbox attached to the tomb of the saint. The correct Sufis say this is not recommended. The adab of visiting a tomb always is that one stands facing the tomb with one's back to the Qibla and recites Fatiha and the dua, which is recommended in the Sunnah for visiting the graves, Salamu alaykum dara qawmin mu'mineen, etc. It's a well-known dua. And the rest of the practice will depend on the individual advice and practices within the individual tariqah, but sobriety is all important. There's nothing that confirms the traditional Muslim male stereotype of women more than what actually goes on amongst women in certain events, funerals and the tombs of saints, which is why some tombs actually allocate specific times for women's visitation because they make too much noise. It's not chauvinism, it's demonstrably the case. This is what happens in Medina. After Fajr prayer for about 2 hours, the Rawda area is open to the women. And women may complain at the way they're treated, but reform has to start at home, and it has to be said that there is too much noise frequently when women gather, even for religious purposes. When I did the Eid prayer last week, I was sitting in an area that was separated by a curtain from the women's area, and I couldn't hear the khutbah because the women were just talking. And this is something that has to be addressed if women really do want to be religiously respected a little bit more. Some of these are too difficult for me.